Well, slap me silly and call me a catfish. The Memphis Showboats pulled off a shocker Friday night, knocking the Birmingham Stallions right out of their saddles with a 24-20 overtime victory. It was a rootin' good time down in Birmingham, and the Showboats gave their fans something to celebrate all the way back to the banks of the Mississippi. This wasn't just any old win, folks. This was a statement. The Showboats, winless coming into this game, dug deep and found a way to win. They went toe-to-toe with the defending champs, the mighty Stallions, in their own backyard. And when the clock hit 0, it was Memphis doing the dancing. Now let's talk about those Stallions for a minute. They were riding high on a 2-year win streak at home. They were looking to keep that streak alive. But the Showboats had other plans. They weren't intimidated. They came to play, and they played with a whole lot of heart. This was a game for the ages, folks, a real nail-biter. And in the end, it was the Showboats who made the plays when it mattered most. They earned this victory, fair and square. And they sent a message to the rest of the league. The Memphis Showboats are for real. This win was huge for the Memphis Showboats, bigger than a catfish in a kiddie pool. Coming into the game, they were sitting at 0-4, looking for a spark. Well, they found it, and then some. This victory snapped their 4-game losing streak and gave them a much-needed boost of confidence, but that wasn't all. The Showboats also did something no other team's been able to do for 2 long years. They beat the Birmingham Stallions on their home turf. That's right, they ended the Stallions' impressive home win streak, sending shockwaves through the entire UFL. This win was a statement. It showed the rest of the league that the Showboats are not to be trifled with. They might have started slow, but they're finding their groove now. And with this win under their belts, they're going to be a tough out for anyone. This was a game changer for Memphis. They went from doubters to believers in the span of 4 quarters and an overtime thriller. Now let's give some credit where credit's due. The Showboats had some real playmakers step up big time in this game. First up, let's talk about quarterback dresser Winn. This young man was making his first start, and boy did he ever deliver. He was slinging that pigskin like a seasoned veteran, completing 17 of 29 passes for 235 yards and a touchdown. And speaking of touchdowns, we got to talk about that Winn to Anderson connection. D. Anderson, that boy can fly. He hauled in a 78-yard touchdown pass from Winn, and let me tell you, it was a thing of beauty. Longest play of the UFL season so far, folks. And we can't forget about Denerick Prince. This running back was a workhorse all night long, pounding the rock for 59 yards on 12 carries. He kept those Stallions honest and helped set up some big plays for the Showboats. These 3 fellas were instrumental in the Showboats' victory. They played with heart, grit, and determination, and they deserved every bit of that win. This game had it all, folks. Big plays, momentum swings, and enough drama to fill a honky-tonk on a Saturday night. From the get-go, you could tell this was going to be a dogfight. Both teams came out swinging, but neither could land a knockout blow early on. The Showboats' defense, they were something else. They stopped the Stallions on their first drive, setting the tone for the rest of the game. But the Stallions, they weren't going to go down without a fight. They battled back and forth with the Showboats, and the game went down to the wire. And when I say down to the wire, I mean it. We're talking overtime, folks. And in overtime, it was the Showboats who made the plays when it mattered most. They dug deep, found that extra gear, and punched it in for the win. The crowd went wild, the players celebrated like they just won the championship, and the Memphis Showboats, well, they showed the whole darn world what they're made of. This was a game for the ages, folks, and I'm willing to bet this is just the beginning of something special for the Memphis Showboats.